Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to another episode of Mujer De Exito Unbounded, Woman of Success Without Limits. I just want to remind you that you can catch this if you like to listen, and if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, good morning. Today I am a little bit under the weather, so you will be seeing just my picture. And if you're not following me and you're actually listening to wherever you listen to your favorite shows, whether you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Megaphone, Audible, Good Pods, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, wherever you listen, Mujer De Exito Unbounded show is there. Bueno. Good morning, everybody. Gracias por estar aquí. Thank you for being here. Hola, amigas chulas hermosas. Welcome to another episode of Mujer De Exito Unbounded, Woman of Success Without Limits. I am your host, MartiAngel, and today we are diving deep into the concept of action goals. As the year is coming to an end, you really need to know how to set goals. Now, there's all this other stuff, SMART goals and all that other stuff. That's great. But some of us ADHD people need action goals. We need to be doing things. We need to be actually focusing on action goals. I'm a doer, right? I'm a doer. I'm an achiever. I like to set goals that are meant for me. One of the things that we do wrong in setting goals is we set goals based on what we think society should have for us, right? And perhaps you are setting a goal for more money or whatever it is, but make sure it's for you. And think about, what is it that I really want to buy? Is it a new car? Well, then maybe $55,000 is your goal for that year. But it's because it's personal to you. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Vamos a platicar un poquito más de las metas de acción, ¿verdad? Que son como una función y cómo pueden transformar tu negocio. So, if you're ready to transform your business, vamos. And a reminder, if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an episode. All right, let me ask you this. If you have ever felt stuck or unsure about how to move forward with your goals, raise your hand. Because this episode, Mujeres Hermosas Chulas, is for you. This episode is for me, your coach, to help you turn those big dreams into daily actions that can lead to real results. Hermosas Chulas. Are you ready? ¿Están listas? Vamos. First, let's talk about el problema, the problem with vague goals, right? I want you to get rid of the SMART out of your mind. Just be open, okay? Be open. Let me ask you something. How many times have you written down a big goal like, I want to grow my business, or I want more clients, only to feel stuck because you didn't know how to get started, right? Raise your hand. Is this relevant to you? If so, make sure you subscribe if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel. And if not, make sure that you find me on social media and say, yes, that was me. That last episode, that was me. But this happens a lot. This happens a lot, mujeres, hermosas chulas, for us, the mujerpreneurs, the POC women entrepreneurs, who are balancing so much more. Perhaps we're still working, perhaps we have children, perhaps we have parents we're taking care of. Doesn't matter. Lo que pasa es que muchas veces nuestras metas son muy generales. The problem is sometimes we set goals that are much too general, way too general. And we know what we want, but we don't know how to map it out in order to get there, to what I call a blueprint for success. Because, amigas, chulas, hermosas, without a clear plan, it's easy to get overwhelmed, or for us ADHD people, it's easy to get distracted. We're always actually looking for that shiny object. That's why today I want to introduce you to the concept of action goals. Different than SMART goals, because these are not just any goals. Metas de acción muy diferente. These, yes, they're specific, they're measurable steps that you take in order to keep moving forward. But imagine waking up every day and knowing exactly what you need to do next, right? What steps do I need to do today? Does that sound amazing? Does that sound like something that you want to get behind? Raise your hand, drop me a comment, and let me know if that is. So let me ask you, what are action goals? Do you know? Let me share with you what my perception of action goals are and how I use them to help my clients move ahead in whatever industry they want to move ahead. So action goals, think about it this way. Action goals are the how behind your dreams. Metas de acciones es el cómo atrás de tus sueños. Instead of being vague or wishful, they break your big aspirations into smaller, achievable steps that you can take daily. For example, let's say your goal is I want to grow my email list, right? That's a great goal, but it's not actionable on its own. An action goal would be I will spend 15 minutes each day engaging with potential leads on Instagram and directing them to my free email course or whatever lead magnet you have in order to capture emails. Now, do you see? That one it tells me exactly how much time and what it is I'm going to be doing, right? So I'm going to spend 15 minutes, I'm going to put a timer on, and I'm going to be engaging with potential leads on Instagram. And so what if it's only one or two? Remember, as you get better, then they accumulate, right? So think about that. That is an action goal. All right, let me ask you, en español, ¿ves la diferencia? Action goals are clear, they are specific, and they're tied to a timeline. They are not about what you hope will happen. They're about what you will do to make it happen. Vamos. Let me repeat that. Like I used to tell my students, if I repeat it, write it down because it might be on a test. So remember, it's not about what you hope will happen. It's about what you will do to make it happen. Actionable steps. No va a ser algo que anhelas que pase, pero va a ser cuáles pasos vas a tomar tú para que esa meta se cumpla. So that's so different, that's so different. When I started to think about action goals for me, that was really, really different. All right, everybody, welcome. If you're here watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, my name is MartiAngel. I'm here every week with the Mujer De Exito Unbounded, Woman of Success Without Limits podcast. Remember to hit that bell and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you're hearing me wherever whether you listen to me on podcasts, on Megaphone, on Good Pods, on Listen Notes, on iHeartRadio, on Podbean, Audible, Spotify, wherever you're listening to me today, make sure you find me on social media. Say hello. All right. Let's talk about this. So when you set action goals, you give yourself clarity and focus. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything that you want to achieve, you can focus on the next step, step by step, and then the next step, step by step. That's why I have discovered and love, instead of SMART goals, I am doing action goals. So why action goals? Well, mujeres hermosas chulas, because action goals, especially for the ADHD person or somebody that gets distracted so easily, action goals work because they create momentum. Let me repeat that. Action goals work because they create momentum. Think about this. When you take one small step toward your goal, you're more likely to take another step and another step, and before you know it, you are actually activating your goals, right? Piénsalo bien. Cuando tomas un paso chico hacia tu meta, y sigues tomando esos pasitos, cuando menos piensas, ya va a estar allí esa meta. Before you know it, mujeres hermosas, chulas, you're going to be building a habit of consistent progress. And you see, that's the biggest thing. I would say that's the biggest, most important step that is missing from the SMART goals. So that's why I have moved from SMART goals to action goals. They've worked for me and I love it. So I hope that you try this and let me know if it works for you. And again, before you know it, you're going to be building a habit of consistent progress, which is really important to the success of your business. Now, another reason they work is because they're measurable. They are measurable. Every time you take a little step, you can see that little step. You can track your success, hermosas, chulas, which keeps you motivated. For example, if your action, hermosas, if your action goal is to post 3 Instagram reels this week, then you know exactly when you've accomplished it. There is no guesswork. And there is nothing that you have to wait until like 6 months from now. I am going to, SMART goals. In 6 months, I am going to be, 100 people more on my email list or whatever it is, right? But the guesswork comes where, like, how are you going to do it? And we get so stuck in the how. But when you do action goals, when you write up action goals, you know exactly when you've accomplished it, and there's no guesswork. And that, my friends, is the beauty and the reason that I really switched over from SMART goals to action goals. Now, let's not forget about the confidence boost. Woohoo! I get that a lot, right? Every time I accomplish something, like, it's an accomplishment list. Every time I do something, I write it down. I write it down, and it's like, whoa, I did a lot today. Piénsalo bien. Cada vez que completas un objetivo pequeño, mujeres hermosas, te compruebas que tú lo puedes hacer. You prove to yourself that you can do it. Now talk about confidence builder. Oh, mujeres hermosas, chulas, this is the baby. This is the baby of SMART goals. You actually, or should I say, in better terms, the motherlode of action goals is because you prove to yourself that you're doing it and it feels good. And it's all about feeling good. This then builds your belief in your ability to achieve bigger goals. Let me repeat that. This builds your belief in your ability to achieve bigger goals. So, hermosas, chulas, if you're feeling stuck or unsure about how to reach your dreams, start with action goals. They are the bridge between dreaming and doing. Again, action goals are the bridge between dreaming and doing. Metas de acción es el puente entre un sueño y lo que estás haciendo, lo que necesitas hacer para llegar a esa meta. Hermosas, chulas, I love it. Why don't you join me? Let's go from SMART goals to action goals. All right, let me cover how to use action goals, right? Because people are going like, okay, well, give me some more, whatever, Marti, yeah, right? Let me share with you. Let's talk about how to actually implement action goals in your life and in your business. Now, I've been asked if I'm a life coach. I don't think I am, but if this improves your life, then by all means, welcome. All right, let's start with your vision. And when I say vision, not everybody can close their eyes and visualize. It doesn't look like a TV in my brain, but I can feel it. I can sort of see it. And that might be the best you can get. So I want you to start with your vision. First, identify your big goal, right? Maybe it's launching a product. Maybe it's getting 2 or 3 lead magnets out, right? Maybe it's growing your email list. Maybe it's growing your followers. Or simplifying your workflow. Whatever that is, write it down. Once we've written it down, you're going to go on to step number 2. And step number 2 is break it down. Divide that big goal into smaller steps. For example, if you want to launch a product, your steps might include creating a teaser graphic, posting a countdown on your Instagram, and emailing your list about the launch, right? So those are different little action goals, right? Then set a timeline. Assign deadlines to each step. Just like I said before, every day I will post 3 stories a day, right? This keeps you accountable and prevents procrastination, right? So assign a timeline that is actionable and that is a little bit easy, but not too easy, right? And number 4, stay consistent. Stay consistent. Remember, small daily actions lead to big results. Let me repeat that. Small daily actions lead to big results. Mujeres hermosas, chulas, this is the truth. Even if you only dedicate 15 minutes a day, that's a small daily action that will turn into consistency, and then later on it'll pay off. So let me share story time. Let me share one of my own examples. When I wanted to grow my podcast audience, I set an action goal to promote each episode on social media 3 times a week. That small, consistent effort, amigas hermosas, chulas, led to more people downloading my podcast episodes and engagement. And if you know anything about podcasts, we don't get credit unless that show is downloaded. You don't get credit for listens, you get credit for downloads and engagement, right? So, next thing, 3 practical examples I want to share with you to help you get started, right? So here are 3 ways to use action goals. Number 1, growing your email list. Let's say that's your action goal. I mean, that's your overarching goal, right? But your action goal is spend 15 minutes each day engaging with potential leads on Instagram and sharing your free resource. That's actionable and that's doable. The reason that we fail in our goals is because they're not doable. We do something like every day I'm going to, post, and I'm going to post 3 to 5 reels a day. Well, honestly, unless you're totally only on Instagram every day, that's a little bit much. So start with little actionable and doable goals, actions, right? Actions. It's all about action. And number 2, simplify your digital life. Dedicate 10 minutes to daily organization of your digital life. Like, for instance, organizing 1 folder at a time, unsubscribing from spam emails, whatever it is, make sure that you do this. And if you're looking for a freebie to help you organize your digital life, make sure to visit my Stan store. If you're looking at me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel or watching me, I actually put a link in the description below. And if you're in your car and listening to me, make sure to check the show notes because the link will be there, right? Okay, number 3, launching a product. Maybe you want to launch a product. So in order for you to launch a product, you need to post 1 teaser story or graphic every day for a week leading up to your launch. Right? That's an actionable step, a measurable goal. Without really focusing on SMART goals, it just becomes something easy because you already put there that you're going to do it every day. You're going to post 1 teaser story every day leading up to your launch. Amigas chulas hermosas, these small, intentional steps add up over time. I promise you, they add up over time. Amigas, estos pasitos que vas a tomar te ayudan a llegar a la meta más grande. Right? So let's talk about, amiga, about something else. What is your big goal? Let me ask you, what is the one big goal you've been putting off? Right? What is the one big goal you've been putting off? You know you want to do it, but you start to do it and then something happens, you get distracted, and all of a sudden you're at the end of the year and it never happened. Take a moment to think about it. And then I want you to write down 1 small, specific action step you can take ahora, today. And if you take 1 small action step every day, I promise you in 6 months, you're going to see a massive change. Now, if you're ready to create a clear plan and you've made it this far with me for your goals, I invite you to join my free 3-day email course. This course is designed to help you, the Mujerpreneur, create actionable steps that simplify your digital life and that can lead to your success. All you have to do is sign up using the link in the show notes or sign up in the description below if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel. In this course, you're going to learn how to break down your goals and create a roadmap to achieve them. So, hermosas, chulas, don't let another day go by without taking action. Your dreams are waiting for you. Tus sueños están esperando. Come on, babies, let's make magic happen together. Juntas podemos más. Hermosas, chulas, I really, as I'm drawing close this episode, I just want to say I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you, my listeners and my watchers on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel. Gracias por estar aquí. Remember, hermosas, chulas, action goals are the bridge between dreaming and doing. Hasta la próxima. This is your host for the Mujer de Exito Unbounded, MartiAngel, tu anfitriona, diciendo gracias por estar aquí. And let me know if there is anything that I can share with you that you would like to learn more about. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Gracias por estar aquí. Gracias por tu atención. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Namaste.